Hey there, have you ever felt that painful twist in your stomach when your girlfriend rolls her eyes at you, sighs loudly for no reason, or acts annoyed by literally everything you do? It's like the atmosphere shifts the second you walk into the room, and suddenly, you're questioning whether she actually hates you. Trust me, you're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone. In this video, we're digging deep into 16 unmistakable signs that your girlfriend might be harboring resentment, or even outright dislike, toward you. But here's the good news: recognizing these red flags is your first step to either fixing a failing relationship or, if all else fails, finding the courage to walk away with your self-respect intact. No one deserves to stay trapped in a space where love has turned into hostility. So stick around. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer picture of why she's so irritated, and what you can do about it. And hey, if any of these signs sound painfully familiar, please drop a quick comment saying "relate" below. It not only helps me know I'm not alone, it might also help someone else realize they're not losing their mind. Let's figure this out together, because everyone deserves a partner who genuinely cares. Ready? Let's dive right in. Before we jump into the top signs, let's talk about why it matters whether your girlfriend hates you or not. If someone feels strong resentment toward their partner, it can erode trust, emotional security, and overall happiness. If you let issues like constant hostility or avoidance linger without resolution, they fester. And guess what? They ultimately lead to bigger problems like toxic communication, or even breakups. So if you've been sensing negative vibes from her, like she's irritated by your presence or uninterested in what you have to say, knowing these signs can save you a ton of heartbreak later. If you want a better understanding of how to interpret your girlfriend's behavior, drop a quick "help" in the comments so I know you're eager to learn more. The first big red flag is a noticeable shift in how she talks to you. Maybe she used to send you sweet texts, or call you just to hear your voice. Now, messages are short, monotone replies. Her texts sound forced, or she ghosts you for long stretches and claims she was busy. Communication is the lifeblood of relationships. When someone hates, or at least strongly dislikes, their partner, they often cut back on meaningful dialogue. They might speak in single-word answers or adopt a dismissive tone. If you've caught yourself feeling like every conversation is a chore, that's a big sign. Let me know in the comments by typing "cold" if you've ever had that sense of your girlfriend suddenly turning cold in the way she talks to you. Moving on, a girlfriend who secretly resents you might recoil from your touch, like pulling her hand away when you reach for it, shrugging off your attempts at hugs, or rolling her eyes when you try to cuddle. Physical affection usually feels natural when you're in love, so a sudden change in how she responds to your touch is noteworthy. Sure, stress or fatigue can temporarily diminish someone's desire for closeness. But if she literally cringes or consistently rejects physical affection, it might hint at deeper emotional detachment. If you've had moments when you tried for a simple hug and she acted like you were a stranger, comment "OUCH." That's never a fun feeling. Does she snap at you over tiny things? Maybe you left a coffee cup in the sink, and she turned it into World War III. A certain level of bickering is normal, but if you sense a constant edge in her tone, like she's itching for a fight, she might be harboring underlying hostility. Healthy couples address conflicts calmly or at least attempt to resolve them. When hate is brewing, you'll sense that arguments spin out of control quickly. She might bring up old grudges or hurl personal insults. To see if others are experiencing something similar, type "fights" below if your arguments have escalated way beyond normal. A quick show of comments might reassure you that you're not alone. Watch those micro-expressions. Does she roll her eyes whenever you express an opinion, let out a deep sigh the moment you start talking, or cross her arms defensively around you? Body language can reveal what words don't. Eye rolling is a classic sign of contempt, something marriage experts often call the biggest predictor of breakups. If you've noticed those subtle but frequent gestures of disapproval, that's your sign she might not just be mildly annoyed, she might be flirting with absolute contempt. Drop a "body" in the chat if you've witnessed these negative signals. We're learning from each other's experiences here. In the honeymoon phase, couples can't get enough of each other. Over time, it's normal to find a more balanced schedule. But if your girlfriend is going out of her way to avoid seeing you, making excuses, hanging with friends but never inviting you, or scheduling her day so she's rarely around, alarm bells should ring. If you find yourself scrolling through her social media stories and noticing she's been at concerts or brunches you never heard about, that might be her subtle, or not so subtle, way of distancing herself from you. If you suspect she's intentionally cutting you out of her life, comment distance. Acknowledging the problem is the first step toward a solution. A loving girlfriend typically wants to see you happy, or at least content. If she used to show concern when you had a tough day, but now dismisses your feelings with a "so what?" or "you'll deal," that's a major sign. Indifference is often more chilling than anger. When she stops caring whether you're upset or excited, it suggests she's no longer invested in your emotional well-being. She might even get annoyed that you want her support. If you felt her disregard your feelings entirely, type "feels" below. Because feeling emotionally abandoned can be even more painful than open hostility. Another potential sign of hatred or deep resentment is if she constantly criticizes or belittles you. Maybe she mocks your job, your hobbies, your friends, things she once supported. Constructive criticism is healthy, personal attacks that degrade your self-esteem are not. If you notice she's always harping on your weaknesses instead of acknowledging your strengths, that's a big red flag. If you've endured put-downs that left you feeling worthless, comment respect to remind each other that respect is a non-negotiable in any healthy relationship. When someone hates you, or at least no longer respects the bond, secrecy can creep in. Maybe you find out important updates about her life from mutual friends, or she conveniently forgets to tell you about major events. Trust and open communication go hand in hand. If she's withholding important information or lying outright, it hints that she doesn't value your place in her life. In her mind, you're no longer a partner she needs to keep in the loop. If you've ever discovered something major through the grapevine, and felt blindsided, hit that like button right now. It's a small way to see how common these experiences are. Do arguments or even minor issues always end with her pointing the finger at you? A partner who can't accept personal responsibility may be fueled by resentment. When hate is in the mix, it's convenient for her to scapegoat you. Maybe it's about the dishes, or something bigger like a missed social event. If you notice a consistent pattern where you're the designated villain, that's a sign she might harbor deeper negative feelings. If blame shifting is a frequent phenomenon in your relationship, comment blame to let me know. Because a one-sided blame game never ends well. Some girlfriends who hold contempt might display it publicly, like making sarcastic jokes about you in front of friends, or nitpicking you at a social gathering. Public humiliation is a powerful sign of underlying anger or even hatred. True love generally wants to protect a partner's dignity. If she's fine with tearing you down in front of others, it's more than just a moment of frustration. She's possibly showing she doesn't care about your pride or feelings. Let me know, have you ever been called out or insulted in front of your mutual circle? Type public if that's happened. Let's see how many can relate. If your girlfriend seems to be on the lookout for any tiny mistake you make, be it how you chew, how you dress, or the phrases you use, this might be more than casual annoyance. She could be building a mental case against you, reinforcing reasons to resent you. When love is present, we tend to overlook small quirks or find them charming. But when those quirks become unbearable, it signals a shift in emotional warmth. She might be seeking justification for her negative feelings. If you sense she's always complaining about your minor habits, let me know by commenting flaws. Because that's a universal sign of frustration ramping up. Contempt can show up if she disrespects your passions, friends, or family, anything you hold dear. Maybe she used to attend your gaming nights or music gigs, but now she mocks them. Or she refused to greet your mom politely last time. If your girlfriend truly hates you, she might hate what you love, too, because it's an extension of who you are. Seeing you enthusiastic about something might trigger her resentment. If she started actively undermining your hobbies or friend group, that's a glaring sign. Throw a quick value in the chat if she's belittled something important to you recently. In a loving relationship, both partners put in effort to address conflicts, through talking it out, seeking compromise, or even therapy. If she's reached a point where she's done trying, no conversations, no attempts at solutions, it implies she might see the relationship as doomed. Indifference can be more telling than anger. Anger can indicate that part of her still cares enough to fight. But if she's basically tuned out and won't even attempt to fix issues, it could mean she's emotionally checked out. If you're the one always trying to fix things while she shrugs it off, comment effort. That's never a healthy dynamic. Another subtle sign, she avoids any discussion about the future, like trips, events, or big life decisions that involve you. Or if you bring it up, she changes the subject or gets annoyed. People who see a future together usually enjoy planning it. So if your girlfriend ducks out of these conversations, maybe she doesn't see you in her long-term vision. That hesitance or annoyance about future plans can indicate deeper resentment or the desire to keep you at a distance. Give me a future in the comments if you've tried discussing next month's vacation plans and she just bailed on the conversation. Let's talk about fear in relationships. If you constantly feel anxious about how she'll react, like you're treading carefully to avoid triggering her anger, that's a sign of a toxic environment. Someone who's harboring hate might have a short fuse, so you end up walking on eggshells. True love fosters a sense of safety. If fear is overshadowing your daily interactions, it's time for a serious talk, or maybe a serious goodbye. If you felt that walking on eggshells sensation, type safe below. A healthy relationship never makes you fear your partner's reaction to everything you do or say. Finally, she might drop hints, maybe we need a break, or we're too different, or she just stops referring to you as her partner in front of people. If she's not straightforward about breaking up, she might be afraid of loneliness, or simply unsure how to end things. This indecision can create confusion, leaving you in limbo. She might resent you but also fear being single, so she hangs on. If you see repeated signs she might want out but is too scared or uncertain to do it, you've got to confront the issue. Comment out if you've ever felt your girlfriend was halfway out the door but never explicitly said so. You're definitely not alone in that confusing scenario. Now that we've covered all these signs, you might be thinking, okay, so what do I do? Communicate, sit her down, be honest, and politely ask if something deeper is wrong. Express your observations. Self-reflect, did you do something hurtful? Are you ignoring her boundaries? Or have you become complacent? Make amends. If you messed up, a genuine apology plus consistent changed behavior can rebuild trust over time. Seek help. If it's serious, consider couples therapy or counseling, especially if you suspect mental health issues or unresolved trauma. Know when to walk away. If she truly hates you and no effort is being made on her end, it might be kinder for both of you to part ways and move on. Type agree if you believe open communication is essential, even if it's to decide to end the relationship. Relationships should nourish, not drain, you. If you identify multiple signs that your girlfriend hates you, or at least strongly resents you, it's a wake-up call. Hate doesn't materialize out of thin air, it's often a buildup of unresolved issues, unmet needs, or fundamental mismatches in values. The best gift you can give each other is clarity, through honest conversations, therapy, or, if necessary, a respectful breakup. Life is too short to spend it constantly dodging negativity or feeling unloved. If this video resonated, give it a quick thumbs up. Share in the comments if you've experienced any of these signs and how you handled it. Also, be sure to subscribe for more relationship insights. Remember, you deserve a relationship where you feel genuinely loved, not constantly anxious or ignored. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.